Good morning, team. Nicole here with our team update for January 21st, 2026. As you all know, starting a job when you arrive and completing that job right as you're leaving are very important. The processes between starting and stopping a job are even more important. So today, we'll be discussing the processes and best practices in OFS. So let's jump into it. You should only install what is listed in the Equipment Required section. Your equipment list should match the required list exactly. Please note, smart home service items will be auto-added to the equipment list after you have completed the line item dispositioning steps in the store. If you haven't already, please change your search settings in OFS as shown on this screen. Doing so will allow you to enter the last 4 digits of a receiver number to quickly find and add that receiver to the equipment list. Doing like-for-like swaps are the only exception to install something not specifically called for on the work order. For receiver swaps, ensure you list the installed and deinstalled receivers. For hardware swaps, ensure the RA'd hardware is listed in the notes. Any equipment needed but isn't called for on the work order will need to be processed as such. For receiver changes, suspend the work order and then call Dash to modify the job. For hardware changes, call Dash and have the agent notate what was needed and why. Notes need to be extremely thorough and accurate. They should summarize what you did while on site and include any other important details. Please note that notes entered into the site work section will be visible to the customer on their service agreement. If there are notes that you want to include on the account, but you don't want to be included in the customer service agreement, you can add those notes directly to the account notes. As an example, you could want to notate the customer's attitude, an unsafe work environment, etc. Site work notes should remain professional and include, but are not limited to, receivers installed, hardware installed, like dishes, L&Bs, hubs, etc. For any equipment that is called for but is not installed, please notate that equipment as X in your notes. So, example, used X dish kit. Cable runs and point of entries made. Please notate if you used existing cabling or point of entries. Any pre-existing damage or any damage caused during the job. If none, please say no damage. All RA'd equipment should be listed in the notes. If there are none, please say no RAs. Your RA notes should include all hardware, regardless of job type, receivers that were installed for like-for-like swaps. As a note, upgraded receivers should stay with the customer to be shipped back to Dish and therefore should not be included in your RA notes. You should also include any DOAs that you have. If you have a DOA receiver, please list the full receiver number. Your notes should also include any additional work done for the customer. For example, if you helped a customer log into their Netflix account. Any work that could not be completed. For example, could not secure cable to the home as cold temps would cause siding to crack. Any special requests made by the customer during the job. For example, leaving extra cable for an upcoming room remodel. Your notes should also include any calls made to Dash for modifications and/or notations. The connectivity confirmation code. If there is none, please say no connectivity and why. And lastly, your notes should also include who you discussed CSAT and sales with. If you spoke with the account holder, you can just say the cust or the customer. As a reminder, when in doubt, ask before you head out. Communicating with us before leaving the job site and closing the job is necessary to ensure that the job is closed correctly. Failure to follow these guidelines could result in a reconciliation charge to you. And that's all we have for today. Thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you on the next one. In the meantime, thank you for everything that you do. We always appreciate you, and we are always here to help however we can.